Hey everybody, welcome back to the Kansas City Southern Union Pacific N-scale layout. This is just going to be an overall video of the whole layout. I've had some subscribers ask me what the layout entails and if there's any switching. So we'll show you that. Some of my backdrops got painted, so I'll show you that. But let's go ahead and show you the whole layout. The layout starts in this yard right here. This is the Kansas City Southern Union Pacific shared yard in Kansas City, Kansas. And this is the overall length of the yard. It's 12.5 feet. What you see on the left will be the classification yard. And over here on the right where I've been working, I'm adding the intermodal and automotive facility. The intermodal yard is exactly 11 feet long from switch to switch. The automotive yard is 10 feet long from switch to switch. So that'll be interesting to build. And then here are my crossovers to get into the classification yard off the main. And I go down there to the right where you see all those lovely tools. So anyhow, the trains will be coming out of the yard, and depending on which way they're going to go, we'll go this way. It's a double track main line with high-speed crossovers, cement ties. And this is the town of Hays, Kansas, if anybody's familiar with that. And there will be the town and the industrial park, which will be in here. So that's what's going on there. The trains continue westbound, double track, and we'll talk about that track up there on the top in a minute, through here, and it goes into Plainville, Kansas. Plainville, Kansas is a farming community with a huge grain elevator, and if you guys seen the previous videos, there is the grain elevator that Vinny 6951 built for me. Outstanding. Couldn't be happier. Here's my grain facility, 3 holding tracks, locomotive pocket. Here's a grain train coming in or going out. And the double track main comes around this curve. There's going to be a cement plant in this area right here, and then it goes in this way. This is Palco Junction. I don't know if you guys heard me talk about it, but between that end of the double track and this end of the double track, there are 12 switches that go in here. 12. So that's going to be a fun day. Anyhow, the train goes that way, double track back into the yard. However, they can come off of here, circle around into Palco, Kansas. We'll show you that in a minute. And here is the ethanol plant at the end of the line of the Palco switching line. Here is my ethanol plant. This also was built by Vinny, and again, it is just outstanding. And here's an ethanol train waiting to load and unload. There's where the hoppers go, and there's where the tank cars go. Just an outstanding job once again by Vinny. So the train comes out of there, runs around itself, goes through a series of crossovers, and back onto this main and back out. This is the town of Palco. Here's a water tower that goes here. If you've ever been back east, every one of these towns have one of these. So Vinny's making my other 2 for me right now. And this is going to be the town of Palco. That's going to go right here. And then they have a couple industries. They have grain, another elevator that Vinny did. Propane and tractor fuel facility goes here. They have a tractor fuel facility. And there is going to be tractor, John Deere tractor facility. And there's the little lumber yard of Palco goes in there. These towns are being modeled back when I remember them when I was a kid, so we're looking at the mid-80s. However, I'm going to be using today's power. So anyways, there's the diamond. Train can go around itself if needed, and then back into the yard. Now this line here that goes off to the right, That is the rock line. And it goes all the way around the layout. And I think you've seen most of it in the background. And what it leads up to is up here in Hays Canyon, Kansas, on top of the hill is a rock quarry, and that goes right there. There's a rock train. Doing some testing. I just got done doing a lot of wiring, so I've been testing. That's why all these trains are out. Everything's working great. So it's almost time to put all these trains away, so I wanted to do a video because I'm going to be doing a lot of painting, and I got girls coming back to paint my backdrops, and I do not want them to break my trains. So here's one of the backdrops that they just finished. I don't know if you can see those black specks, but those are birds. So they did the clouds and the birds Wednesday. It goes all the way around. And in here, they're going to do grain fields and a thunderstorm all the way around here. And then on this side, it'll be cornfields and a thunderstorm. And then over here will be grain fields in the background. Here is my pull-out section that you don't see too often. It's going to have its own wiring system off of these two copper spots, if you guys can see that. My buddy Ron made this, so it's going to work out nice. I've kind of been putting this off to do last, just so I don't have to have it down. I'm not really high on duck unders. I can take it out, but I think once I start running trains, I'll probably just leave it in. So anyhow, there's your overall, the Kansas City Southern Union Pacific N-scale layout. I probably won't be making another video until this yard gets done, because I want to paint the bench work, and I want to get the last bit of this track down and finish the wiring so I can start doing some scenery. I'm going over the buildings right now that Vinny's going to be building for me for this area, and then once that gets going, that'll be my last place I lay track probably. I've been putting the junction off for a long time, not only because of the 12 switches, but here in Redding, California, it gets about 110 and 115 degrees every day. And in order for me to lay this track out correctly, I need to stand on that side of the doors, and over there it's hot, and in here it's 72. So I'm kind of putting this off, but I think I'm going to have to get on it because I want to get that done. A lot of switches, a lot of tortoises, a lot of wires in a little area. Alright, you guys, thanks for subscribing. Your comments, any questions, fire away. Probably won't have another video for about 2 or 3 weeks. Anyhow, highball.